Today on CityCast Nashville, winter has yet to show its full teeth. But when it does, you're gonna need a plan. CityCast Nashville contributor Amelia Edelman is here with the best places to take your kids indoors this winter. We've got options for parents, caregivers, and even how us childless folks can show up and be part of the fun. It's Tuesday, January 13th. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Let's begin with a vibe check, Amelia. How you doing? How you holding up? Even before the worst weather, I mean, we're recording right now. It's 60 degrees out, so cold weather hasn't hit us yet. It's coming. But for people without kids, what is it like parenting this time of year? How bad is it?
Girl, I am so tired. As I was saying when we started chatting, this is the first day back at school. And it is a Tuesday, folks. Did I know that school was going to restart on a Tuesday on Sunday? Not really. No, I didn't know. I had an appointment yesterday. So my husband is off on tour. I had an appointment yesterday at the plastic surgeon to get a mole off, and I had to bring my children because I thought that Monday was going to be back at school. So that's where my brain is. I'm happy that I get to see you and talk to an adult because it has been a long, dark 18 days of my soul. But I love my children and they're adorable.
Oh, well, Amelia, as your dear friend, how can us child-free folks help our friends out with kids during this time of year?
That is such a sweet question. I mean, I think it's the same thing that we say for folks like postpartum times, or if somebody's sick, it's just like, just show up and do a thing instead of being like, well, I'm here if you need any help, because no tired parent who has 18 days of winter break with kids at home while we're trying to work, my brain's barely working. But like, I have friends who pop over and will just be like, hi, I'm here. I'm taking them to the park. And it's just like, bless you.
Okay, well then I promise to come tap on your window very, very soon. But meanwhile, it is going to get really cold eventually, and folks need ways to get their kids out of the house for some indoor fun. Amelia, when Nashville parents say we're running out of ideas, where do you tell them to go first? The one place you always have in your back pocket where you know the kids are going to have a really fun time.
My one place, my top recommendation for this entire episode is the Frist. I have said since I moved here 10 years ago from Brooklyn that the Frist kids section, it is better than the Brooklyn Museum's kids section. Like, it is.
Take that, Brooklyn.
Take that, New York. It is so great. My son goes in there and he makes movies. They have like puppets that you can do stop motion animation. They have printmaking. And now that he's 10, I can actually leave him and I can actually go and enjoy the art in the galleries. And he will just be in there by himself for hours making art. And it's such a good pick for all ages, really, because it's not one of those indoor kid activities where parents just sit with glazed eyes and are like, oh, my God, the kids are overrunning, jumping on trampolines. We'll get to that.
It is amazing. I remember taking my nephews there as like babies and letting them just do their thing and running wild. And because it's such a large, big room, you can kind of sit in a corner and still keep eyes on them.
But also, it's like, I'll be in the corner doing a little watercolor. I'm like, this is nice.
I know. It's actually quite zen in there.
Yeah, I love it.
If you had to design the perfect indoor winter day for a Nashville family, morning to afternoon, what would it look like?
This is what I'm always trying to do in my life. I'm like, it's going to be the perfect day. But then something goes haywire. But I would say it has to be a balance of kid and adult friendly. Like I said, it's like you don't want the adults to just be like, oh my God, we've been only doing kid things for the whole day. So I would say start with a breakfast, somewhere chill but delicious. Cafe Rose is really quiet still early on weekdays. I bring my kids there and I get amazing food and coffee, and they will sit and actually behave themselves. It's pretty welcoming. Same with Hearts. Both of those become a little dicey on the weekend brunch thing because I don't love to be in a crowd and neither do my kids. But they're delicious and pretty kid friendly, but also very adult approved. And then I would do a downtown adventure like the Frist, as we discussed, or the Country Music Hall of Fame, which is free for locals in all of January. And that's another one that it's just like, I'm learning stuff. I love those galleries and looking at weird sequin jackets and banjos, but there's so much kid stuff as well. And then come back east, do maybe one of the play spaces, like the Woodland Play Cafe is really cool, or the Get Along is like a kid's toy store in East that has classes and events as well. For lunch, I would say 5 Points Pizza, because they give the kids pizza dough to play with, which is key. Or I Dream of Weenie, also at 5 Points. Perfect kid adult lunch spot. And then like chill out at the Inglewood or Madison libraries. I think they're my favorite ones since we don't have the downtown. I know that was on one of your CityCast New Year's resolutions or hopes was that the downtown library open, and you were betting.
That's right.
I really want the downtown library to open.
I know. Well, so this is all very East Nashville centered. Do you have any suggestions for West or South or North? Let me just...
I know.
I know my compass.
You know.
Anywhere else but East.
The Bordeaux Library is a good one with a great kids section as well. That's where I will go if I'm not going to Madison or Inglewood. And all of the Nashville libraries, I mean, I just cannot say enough good things about the Nashville Public Library. There's a Green Hills Public Library. There's a, Westmead one. And they all have like toddler story time. They have like sing and play, whatever, for babies. And they have 1,000 graphic novels for my 10-year-old. So lots of library recs. And then also the Bell Court. I think you really cannot underestimate the wonders of daytime classic movie with kids, provided it is acceptable, because I did one time accidentally take both of my kids to an R-rated animated movie at the Bell Court. True story. No. True story. Which ended up being fine because Sunny passed out and slept through the whole thing. But I had to have some major conversations with Silas afterwards. But they do weekend classics, and right now they're doing a Robert Redford retrospective. And I took my 10-year-old to see Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which he had never seen, which he was totally into. And there's always something going on, And the first kid of the day at the Bell Court, I don't even want to reveal this because it's like Silas's favorite secret. First kid of the day gets a free candy. Shh.
At the Bell Court? Whoa, okay.
I don't know if they just told that to Silas and they consistently give him free candy, but it appears to be a thing.
Well, I have some breaking news here. I don't know if you know this, but the Green Hills Library is also closed now for renovation this year and is supposed to open in winter of 2026. So that's 2 libraries down here in Nashville.
Okay, one more west.
Sorry to report that.
No, that's helpful information. Thank you for telling me. One more west rec, though, far, far west, is Cheekwood is actually still rad in the winter indoors. The Orchid Show and the Mansion is like so cozy, and I love stepping in there to get warm. And it is like a really great thing for, I think, like older kids and much younger kids. Like if you have a baby who you're carrying around or, strolling around or baby wearing, they just love to look at the flowers and the colors. And then my older son is really into it as well because he's just kind of a nerd in the Victorian mansion. And it just feels like you're on a tropical island in the middle of winter. I don't think it's a good spot for my 3-year-old, like inside a beautiful Victorian mansion for that like super rowdy age that just wants to run and grab everything.
How important is it to not just do kid activities and design the whole day just for the kids? Because I've read how important it is to kind of fold your children into your life and not cater to the children all the time.
Something I love about hanging out one-on-one with my 10-year-old is that we can like learn new things together now that he's old enough to be like interested. So we took a glass blowing class at Glass House, which is like over south. Oh my gosh, it was so phenomenal. It was so much fun. And they allow kids from 8 and up, and you can book 30 minutes or an hour. It's not cheap. It's like $100, but you can make a drinking glass. You can make a Christmas ornament. And the instructors are so sweet and kind. And gosh, it was just like, it was so fun to be like, hey, we're learning something together,
Obviously, there's lots of talk these days about screen time. So for parents who are trying to limit that, which indoor activities actually keep kids engaged for more than 20 minutes?
So I do think that is the best place for the trampoline parks, play spaces, because like these physical spots. So I actually polled my son yesterday about his favorite trampoline play spaces. And we had a membership for a while to Sky Zone, which we loved. There's also Urban Air, there's Altitude, there's one in Donaldson, there's one in Brentwood. These trampoline parks are all over the place. And Silas's ranking was Urban Air is the best one, followed by Sky Zone, followed by Altitude. And I asked him to explain why. And he was like, it just has the most of everything, followed by the second most, followed by the least. And I was like, wow, they all seem the same to me. But they are really great for when they just have so much energy. And you're just like, go, rage, be free. We went to a birthday party this past weekend at one of the trampoline places. And my 3-year-old, I asked him after, what was your favorite part of the day or the weekend, and what was your least favorite? He goes, my least favorite was having birthday cake because I just wanted to keep jumping on the trampoline. And I was like, wow.
I've never been to one of these places. So is it just like a gigantic room with just tons of trampolines and kids
pretty much
breaking
Marie.
teeth? Do they get hurt? I mean, this sounds so dangerous to me.
I know, they must. I've not seen anyone get hurt. And we were ice skating last week. This is not an indoor activity, but we were ice skating over winter break at Opryland Pine Top, and an ambulance came. It was an adult that got hurt, but I've never seen an injury at the trampoline parks. Do you think it's because kids' bodies are just made of Jell-O?
Yeah, they just flop around.
They're just like, oh, I'm fine.
But how expensive is something like that?
Good question. So you can get a membership.
Is it like the Soho House?
The Soho House of trampolining.
Oh my gosh.
The thing that's really great about the membership is it has so many, like you can get guests, and then everyone that you bring, every guest that you bring is like $5. So it becomes super affordable. So kids love to dole those out. We were just guested in this last weekend because our membership expired, and the friends were like, no biggie, $5, here you go. So
guess you got to know somebody.
You got to know someone with a trampoline membership.
Goals for 2026. All right, lightning round, Amelia. Best free indoor activity.
The Nashville Public Library.
Best close to free indoor activity. So like budget friendly.
So I do have the price breakdown in front of me for YMCA joining the membership. If you are one adult and you have any dependents in your household, which can be adult or child dependents, it's $113 a month. And I guess that kind of sounds like a lot, but the YMCA is fan-effing-tastic. It includes 2 hours a day of childcare at YPlay, all the classes, there's pools, there's sauna. It's such a great option. And like, if you have the membership and you build that into your annual budget, it covers so much. And YMCA has an open doors program that offers sliding scale membership admission based on the family's income, which is also fantastic.
I know all about that, Amelia, because I was unemployed for a little bit when I first moved to town, and I did that program.
You do know.
And I was very glad to get a job here at CityCast Nashville. All right, best indoor spot where you can burn your kids' energy, not a trampoline park.
Not a trampoline park. We rock the Spectrum. There's one in West Nashville. It is like a padded room of wonder. It's just like it's called
Amelia, what is this?
It's a padded room of wonder. Google it, I promise. It's called We Rock the Spectrum because it's like a sensory play space, and it's a kids gym basically. It's super
fun. Okay.
autism friendly, neurodivergent friendly. It's $16 per child to get in, and then the second kid is like 14. And you can get all-day passes. You can do monthly memberships. And it's just like climbing, swinging. It's so hard to describe, but like I wish we could just show you a picture of this multicolored foam padded climbing gym wonderland.
Well, as a childless woman, when I picture all these indoor activities, all I can think about are germs. What are the best tips for staying healthy when you're indoors with a lot of children?
Great question. Go in the quote unquote off season. Go like super early in the day when other parents like on the weekend haven't rallied yet to get their kids out. bring like wipes and more wipes, like hand wipes, and just like consistently shove them around if you are bringing children. I find it's easier to chase them with sanitizing wipes than with actual spray sanitizer. And then I do, like, when my kids are going to a play space or the Y, we come back home and I'm like, strip on down. Like, those are your public New York City subway clothes. I'm like, take them off and put on some home clothes. I don't know if that is scientifically proven to keep germs out, but it makes me feel better.
I do the same thing. I got my comfy clothes at home.
Home clothes.
And then my street clothes that go in the hamper. What makes an indoor kid space feel safe to you? Are there any red flags that you would want to warn parents to look for?
I mean, red flags to me are just kind of like if the staff seems to have disappeared, if there is no staff or they're super hard to find, it's like, okay, this place is understaffed. Nobody's supervising it. Broken equipment, if you see stuff that hasn't been replaced, that's clearly like not functioning. And I think a red flag for me is when I see parents policing other kids or going up and being like, hey, your kid did this. It's like, that's not a great vibe. I want there to be some young and cheerful high schooler who's there, like being the counselor kind of, and intervening on child squabbles so that parents can do what they came there for, which is to just take a load off a little bit.
What's your hot take on kids at breweries?
Oh, I love kids at breweries. Fat Bottom is probably my favorite. And most breweries now are like, yes, we know the kids are coming. So they'll have like a little area with cornhole or like some games or whatever. And I would take it one step further, Marie, because I like kids at bars.
I know you do.
I was a single mom for a long time, and it was like, if I'm going to go see my friends, I can shell out for a babysitter even more than I already have to, or we can go to Urban Cowboy and I can feed him pizza from Roberta's and we can have a really great cocktail. I brought my kid to Urban Cowboy on New Year's Eve and he played Pokemon cards in the wine bar with two of my adult male friends who were immediately like, this is exactly what we want to do on New Year's Eve.
That is beautiful.
Shout out to Taylor and Travis.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm glad you brought up solo parenting. So you just mentioned that you don't like to see other parents policing the kid activities. But if you're in a kid-friendly space and you see maybe a solo parent or a caregiver really struggling with multiple kiddos, is it ever okay to offer them help?
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I think it's totally fine to ask, to like offer to help in an asking way and not a telling way, and not be like, hey, your kid's running off, but be like, would you like me to hold your drink or your stroller or one of your children? That's like a weird thing for a single, like solo person to do. But if you already have kids with you and you see someone who's struggling, you're like, do you need to take this kid into the bathroom because they're talking about how they need to go to the bathroom? I can sit here with my kids and your other kids if you want, and just phrasing it as a like question and just like, I totally don't have to. I had to get really comfortable as a single parent, basically like at airports mostly, I would find another mom and I'd be like, I have these 2 suitcases and I have this toddler. I can't physically bring all of this into the bathroom and out again. Could you watch them and your 2 kids for 3 minutes? And moms are like, totally. They're happy to.
Well, we see you parents. We know that you guys are all doing the very best you can. You're amazing. Let's just pretend it's 3 p.m. and the kids are melting down. What's your go-to Hail Mary indoor activity in Nashville?
My go-to Hail Mary is stepping away from my children. So you know this because we're friends. I live and die by Music City Kids Club. There's one in Hendersonville, there's one in East Nashville, and it is a drop-off childcare center. The first kid is $12 an hour, and the second kid is $5 or something. It is so affordable, and it's run by wonderful staff. It's all been women in the 2 years that we've been going there. But, sometimes it's grandmas, sometimes it's teenagers, and it is an indoor play space, and you can leave them.
And they're open till 10, right?
Yeah, they used to be open till midnight on weekends, and I think they realized that was sad. I They changed their hours. It's like, it's 10 or something. On weekdays, which is when I tend to use them the most, they're open until 9.
It's a beautiful service because I love going out with you, Amelia. And I love also
glad.
that you're like, I have till 10 o'clock and it's like Cinderella over there. And it's really a special thing. And your kids seem to really enjoy it too and look forward to going. So.
They like it better than a babysitter. Like we hardly use babysitters anymore because it keeps us Cinderella. There is a cutoff time. And they're like, we can't go too crazy because we got to get to City Kids Club by 9. And it's just like, it's out of the house and there's a climbing castle and they'll do movies at night and there's all these other kids that they can meet and play with. And they're like, I don't want to be at my house with a babysitter going to bed. I want to be at the kids club.
Amelia, this has been amazing. I know winter is truly coming in the next couple of months, so it's going to get real cold and we're going to be indoors. Bring your antibacterial wipes wherever you go. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!